I'm going to be talking about some basics of the violin. A violin is a string instrument because the strings are what makes the vibration of the musical tones. String instruments can be played by plucking or by using the bow. On violin we actually do both. Up here, these are the pegs. I twist them to make the string tighter or looser in order to get to the right pitch. This is a cello peg. It's bigger, so I use it for illustration purposes. Up here, it is fatter than it is down here, so they are tapered. The reason they're tapered is when it goes into the hole, once it gets to the fat part, that's what makes it stop and stick. I don't have conventional pegs on my violin. I have what are called Wittenauer fine-tuned pegs. In this peg head are gears inside, very, very tiny gears, so when I twist them and I find the right pitch, I let go and it stays. Not so with conventional pegs. It takes a while, lots of practice, learn just how to tune a violin by conventional pegs. Up here, this is a chin rest. We don't really put our chin on it. We put really the side of our jaw on it and we hold it. This is called a shoulder rest. It takes up the distance of my neck. If I didn't have a neck, I wouldn't need these. Most violinists do use something like this. So I put it on the back. I move it up so it stays in position. And it helps me to hold the violin without using my left hand. My left hand is used for playing the violin, not for holding it. So I put my left hand down by my side, so I'm holding with just my jaw and the shoulder rest. This is a sound post. It's a wooden dowel that goes inside the violin by the F hole. It stands up there by pressure. When a string is vibrating, the bridge transfers that vibration to the top of the violin. The sound post transfers that vibration to the back of the violin. So when you pluck a violin or play with a bow, everything is vibrating. This black part is called the fingerboard. On the opposite side is called the neck. The back is generally made out of maple wood, as well as the sides. The top is generally made out of spruce. Spruce is a softer wood, and that allows it to vibrate more with the sound waves bouncing off the hard maple and the sides of it. Up here, it's called the scroll. The scroll is the only part on the violin just for pretty. It has no function other than to look pretty. We could cut it off and have no effect on the sound of the violin. Down here on the end, it's called the end button. It anchors this part, which is called the tailpiece. That helps anchor the strings across, and then up here in the pegs, that holds it. So when we pluck the strings, they're very high pitched because it's such a small instrument. Inside, you can't see it on this video, you'll generally see a label. The label may be correct or not. Most of them will say a Stradivarius or a copy of. There are very few Stradivari violins around today, I think about 200, and all above $2 million. So they're pretty rare. But one thing that makes Stradivari violins better violins may be the wood, it may be the varnish. I say it may be because there's not been a consensus in the violin world as to why Stradivarius violins are better sounding, but they are. This of course is not a Stradivarius, but it is my violin and I still love it. It's the most expressive instrument there is, more expensive than piano, than guitar, than trumpet, than any, probably because of the bow. When you watch violinists, watch their bow arm. That's really what tells you the nature of the player, how good they are, and how expressive it is. And that's the violin.